Let's start with the front door. There are more than 180,000 burglaries across the UK every year, so it's vital that all doors and locks are tested properly before they're sold. The tests are rigorous, but the criminals are becoming ever more cunning. And one of the latest challenges for the security industry is lock snapping. It's fast become a nationwide concern. A certain type of lock called a Eurocylinder, fitted to millions of UPVC doors and windows up and down the country, that can be broken by burglars in seconds. A phenomenon known as lock snapping. Alan Boylan from Leeds was a recent victim.
Got up when my alarm went off. I assumed that I'd left my lights on and, gone to bed leaving them on. It wasn't until I actually got to the kitchen window I'd realised that my conservatory door was wide open. As I've gone and opened the inner door to go out to the conservatory door to see why it was left open, handle fell off in my hand, and I found that the lock had been damaged on the door.
It was then that Alan realised intruders had been in his home. They'd managed to take his laptop, games console and even his car from the driveway, all without waking him. That's because the lock snapping technique is quiet, quick and all too easy for burglars in the know.
Since the burglary, it's affected my family in a bad way, especially my wife. She can't sleep at night now. I have to come home on my break to make sure everything's all right, do a full check of the house, then I go back to work. I'd advise anybody who's going to buy an house or they've got these locks on the door to remove them and put high security ones in.
So what is lock snapping? Neil Goldup works for Community Action and Support Against Crime, or CASAC, a local charity dedicated to improving home security in West Yorkshire. Today his company is being paid to replace Alan's locks.
This is a broken Eurocylinder, exactly the same type which would have been fitted to this property. And the burglars have found a technique how it's very quick, very quiet and very easy to get through these. And these type of locks actually control all the mechanism inside the door. So once I bypass this and get access to the locking mechanism, it's quite easy for them to do.
To show just how vulnerable these locks can be, we're going to put it to the test. Neil's told us he can get through a locked door in a matter of seconds, and he's going to prove it.
Well, as you can see, it looks like a really nice secure door, but what I'm going to demonstrate now is a lock snapping method. So here I go.
We can't show you exactly what Neil's going to do, but what we can say is that it takes him just 8 seconds to break through the door.
As easy as that.
OK, so it does involve a certain level of skill and inside knowledge, but with the issue of lock snapping becoming a nationwide problem, it was clear something needed to be done. So in 2012, a new design of lock was released onto the market.
Because of all the hard work that CASAC have done over the last 7 years around this type of attack with police and British standards, new standards have now come out and manufacturers have started to develop cylinders and products to withstand this type of attack.
So what is this new lock and how rigorously are some doors and their locks now tested before they come onto the market? Later we'll be heading to the British Standards Institution to find out. And we'll also be telling you what you can do to make sure your home is safe. We return now to home security and the problems caused by criminals lock snapping. The good news, manufacturers and industry experts have been working hard to come up with a solution to reduce the risk and to bring greater security to our homes. We've been taking a look. The British Standards Institution. Here they test doors and locks on behalf of manufacturers to standards way above those that are required by law. In fact, they test them to their own kite mark standard, something they call PAS 24. It actually takes 2 days to carry out the full tests. So today, Kevin, or Kite Mark Kev, as he's fondly known, is going to take us through some of the highlights. On a door we know already meets all the requirements.
One of the tests that we have in PAS 24 is the endurance test. And the endurance test simulates somebody coming in and going out of their front door or back door. Let me introduce Jeff. Jeff is our robot. Jeff does all the testing for us. Jeff does 50,000 cycles.
That's the equivalent of you opening and closing your door 10 times a day for 14 years.
Jeff's on, 49,000 cycles, so we should probably leave him to it. In addition to the endurance test, we also subject the door to an air test, a rain test, and to a wind gusting test. We've placed the door into our special weathering test rig, and we're just about to do an air test on the product.
In order to pass this test, the door needs to be able to withstand 300 pascals, a measure of air pressure, on the outside without too much leaking through to the inside. This one's passed with ease, so it's on to the rain test.
We have simulated rain pouring on the outside of the door, and we're going to slowly increase the pressure in our test rig to simulate lighter winds, and then we're going to look for leakage. So far, so good.
The door's already survived some pretty extreme weather conditions. Meanwhile, Jeff's still doing his thing. Now it's time for the security tests.
What we're going to do is a number of different tests on the door to simulate an opportunist burglar attacking the door, attacking your home.
The tests range from trying to lever the door open to smashing it with a battering ram, all designed to simulate the pressure a burglar might put on your door when trying to break in.
Most of the tests we've done so far have been based on machines. The next test is a manual attack test. We're going to attack the door using another one of our members of the team. You've met Jeff, now meet Dave. Dave, you have 3 minutes. Do your best.
Or your worst. We can't show you exactly what Dave is up to. Safe to say, though, he's really going for it. But the door is up to the challenge.
OK, so this test has now been completed, and Dave is still on the outside of the door, so on the outside of the house, so this door has passed this particular test.
The door is doing well so far, but as we saw earlier, there's one way a burglar can get through some UPVC doors in just 8 seconds: lock snapping.
As easy as that.
So after manufacturers developed a new type of lock designed to withstand this kind of attack, the police asked Kevin and his team to help devise a new standard in order to test it.
We've written a standard called TS007, and what you're going to see in a few moments is one of our guys using those attack methods to demonstrate that product that meets those requirements actually will keep the burglar out. Dave, have a go.
And it's clear this lock is more than up to the job. There are locks that comply to this new standard currently on the market, but if you wish to keep your home safe in the meantime, make sure you put bolts down if you've got them, double lock if you can, and when leaving the house, make sure it looks like someone's at home. Security lights or a timer are a good way to do this.